YouTube, what's happening? It is Wednesday, January 29th, and we're going to start the day off with NHL today. Why? Because I want to start the day off on a good note. And we have 5 games on the slate today, but we got to recap yesterday because, again, we had another good day in the NHL. It just keeps happening. NHL is good stuff. Good stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 4. 7 right, 4 wrong was the day. So top 4 right. Hedman did not get a point. You only had 1 shot on goal, and then you only had 1 shot on goal. And you only had 2. So I missed all of them by hooks. So nobody was bad. So, but everybody else hit. It was nice. So if you want the plays typed out for every sport, especially NHL, as well as the access to if you want access to the spreadsheet so you can do your own research, all you got to do, go join the HQ. Simple as that. Easy peasy. So enough of that. We have 5 games. We're going to jump into and do a real quick video so we can break these down and go for another green day in a row because we are absolutely crushing the NHL recently. Let's get to the first game right now. All right, first game today is going to be Minnesota and Toronto. We can see it is Toronto 165 at home with a 5.5 total. Let's pop over here to the goalies and see what they're up to today. Who is expected? We scroll down to Minnesota. There they are. Philip and Joseph, 2-6, man. Philip was so good before. Now he's falling off. Joseph, 2-6. They're both the same. There's no advantages nowadays with these two. Let's pop over here to the numbers and look at them closer. 4-6, 5-5 in their last 10 each. You can see both offenses are 20th and 18th in the league when it comes to scoring goals in the last 10. But you can see defenses are absolutely miserable. Second worst defense is Minnesota. Was that 6th worst is Toronto. 7th worst. There's 32 teams. So whatever that math is. Math. Who's trying to do? Ain't trying to do no math around here. And so you can see the red for a reason. They're not good. So you can see shots, opponent shots, all that stuff there. So right now I'm currently leaning over 5.5. So we have 2 goalies that are in the 2-6 ranges, but one was really good, but he's starting to get a little bit worse. The other one, Joseph's okay. He's been there. So I'm leaning over. Let's look at the props to see if there's anything good for us there. So this is Outlier. Link in the pin comment. You click it, you sign up, it gets you a week for free. Wild. Wow, so many props to pick from. Oh, wow. So just like always, assists is a 0.5. We want our averages to be at least 1. We want the double up on the points. So we have 1.1 and we have 1.4. So Mitch is going to be on our list. The question is, do we take the over with this? So I'm thinking about taking the over because these are above average offenses. Now it's 5.5. These two I know are only combining for 5.5, but they're giving up well over 7. They're getting outscored 1.1. This is either going to be an absolutely garbage, miserable game, or all of a sudden there's going to be a whole bunch of goals. There's the only way. It's not going to end at 5. It's going to end at like 2, or it's going to end at 7. And I'm going to lean more towards the idea that's going to end closer to 7. Because why not? There's only 5 games. Let's have a little fun today, shall we? Let's go over 5.5. And then let's take old Mitch here. So you can see what I'm doing. Let me show you. So I can take old Marner over 0.5 assists, not points, just assists. So that's all we need from him. We don't need him to score a goal. So we'll take those 2 plays. Nice. We'll take that. Nothing else stands out, obviously. So let's move on to the next game. Game 2 is going to be LA and Florida. And we have looks like Florida is a 150 favorite with a 5.5 total. Let's look over at the goalies and we can see there they are. Darcy is out there with a 2.17 and Sergey is at a 2.80. Obviously, Darcy is one of the top goalies in the league right now. He is just a beast. When you have a goals against below 2.5, you're already a beast in my opinion. But when you're almost at 1, yeah, you're in the top 3 or 4 probably. You're in the top 3, I would assume. I can't think of anybody else besides Connor, and there's one other, I can't remember his name all of a sudden, but yeah, he's a beast. So numbers we go, and we see LA has the worst offense in the league in the last 10 games, 1.9 goals. That's why they're 4-5-1. You can't win if you can't score. So your defense can be good as much as they want, but if you're getting outscored, that ain't good. Florida's 5-4-1. They have a above average offense and above average defense, and they are outscoring their opponents 0.5, but they are number 1 in shots, 33.8. Who has a lot of shots? But they're only giving up 26, so that is a difference right there. They're only giving up 25. Let's go look at the props, see if anything's good. Oh, we got a double 100. Hey, I like that. Let's open them all up, see if we have any good ones. See if anybody qualifies for our spreadsheet. 1.5, 2.9, yes. 2.8, yes. Both of those qualify. And he's 100% in the last 10 anyways. That's a little scary. I will say that some people see 100% and fade. Nah, we go with numbers. If they say it, we go for it. So Gustav is qualified. Let's see who else is. Sam, 4 on a 2.5, yes. 4.6, yes. So Sam qualifies. Anton points, 0.7. No, not even close. What are we doing? Go away. And Kevin, it's 3.7 and 4 point. Man, that 10 is doing a lot of heavy lifting, isn't it? That's a lot of heavy lifting for this right here. So, I mean, at least he's spread out. We have some spread out. We have consistency throughout the week or the couple weeks. Gustav, same story. But then Kevin over here, yeah, you're consistently forward, and you popped off for 10 one time. That 10 is skewing your numbers so poorly. So I got to take you off. You probably will hit 3, but how you doing all year? 57% of the time, you're averaging 2.96 in the whole season. How are you doing the whole season? Better. How are you doing the whole season? 80% of the time, you had at least 2 shots on goal. Well, you're going in my list for sure. We'll take Kevin off. That 10 is really concerns me. Now, I don't like putting 2 Florida dudes shots on goal, but hey, whatever. We gotta do what we gotta do. 1.5 for you, for Mr. Gustav. And then we're gonna take Bennett for 2.5, because why not? Over 2.5 shots on goal. So 2.5 for you, 1.5 for you. I don't like the side or the total. We wouldn't take points against Darcy anyway, because Darcy is just that damn good. But we will take shots against him because that's different. So we'll take our shots for Florida. We won't take anything else. Next up, we got Philadelphia, New Jersey, and we can see New Jersey's 190 with a 5.5 total. Let's look over here at the goalies. Who is expected? Samuel and Jake, 276, 270, both above average. Nothing impressive. They're not beasts, but they're not average or even below it. They're above average. They're both really good. So we can pop over here to the numbers and see that their defenses are the same. 2.9 and 2.5. They're practically the same. I mean, that is 28, but there's no real advantage between either team here. They're lower at scoring. They're a little bit lower in shooting, but other than that, there's no real difference between these 2 teams. I don't see enough for New Jersey to be 190 right now. Just don't see it. So, especially when you see they're 4-3-3 in their last 10, like what? They're not playing that well. They're 6-3-1. They're playing much better. So no advantage, I think. Let's go to props. Do you have anything here? We have Noah, we have Doogie, Travis, and you. Let's open you 4 up and see if anybody qualifies for my spreadsheet. 1.5, 2.2. You don't qualify for my spreadsheet. Sorry. Dougie, 0.9. Don't qualify. Travis, 1.3. 1. You barely qualify. And oh, it's shots on goal. I thought it was points. Shots on goal, 2 on 1.5. No. Okay, so the only thing we have here is this guy, which I've taken his point props so many times this year, so many. And you see how he's done this year. He's 67% of the time he's hit this number. He's averaging 1.14 points on the season. He only needs to get 1. Like, come on, you can do that. Yeah, look how few zeros there are, especially when you factor in most of the zeros are early in the season. Look recently, yeah, he's been pretty good. Can't complain. I've cashed numerous tickets with this man here, so we will take that. I don't see any other props that I would take. If I look at this one, Jesper's not going to, he won't qualify, I don't think. Not in the last 10. 2.7, yeah, he's a 2.5 on a 2.7. That wouldn't qualify, so. All right, we're going to take Travis. We're not taking a side or total because we said there's no real advantages there. So 1 prop next. Game 4, Vancouver, Nashville. You can see it is Nashville 142, 5.5 is our total. We'll look over at the goalies. These are who are expected to be in net. 256 goals against and a 288. 256 is on the verge of being in the beast category, where anything below 25, I just think of it as like a great goalie. That's what I would say. I just call him a beast. 288 is average to above average. That's what they are. So you can see the rankings too, that this site puts rankings on them, which is kind of cool based on all the goalies, but that's just them. Let's look over at the numbers. Now we have the number 1 offense versus the second worst offense, and the goalies are about the same. So, all right, we're leading Nashville already, and we got the defenses are about the same here. Shots are number 2 in shots, 3 in defense. Interesting. Let's go over here. We'll see. It's a lot of props to open. All right, I'm sure we're gonna find some good stuff here. I'm opening everybody up. Everybody's getting open. Anybody in this category. I'm not taking. I'll get Brock. He's 100%. I'm kind of curious how this works with 160 on the spreadsheet. Let's see, 0.7 on points. Yeah, because you're not going to hit the last 10, but you hit the last 5. So no. Okay, makes sense. That's all I wanted to see. All right, Jonathan, you pretty much always qualify. Is that right? Yep, 1 and 1, because you have the volume to make up for your 0. So you qualify. And then if you qualify for assists, you obviously qualify for points. So, I mean, which one would we rather take? How many goals have you had? 1? We'll take your assist. Sorry, no, I don't need points if you ain't getting no goals. It just doesn't work that way. Roman, what have you been in points and assists for you too? Question is, how many goals are you getting? 2 goals. How many assists have you had? 0.9. It's not even hitting last 10. Okay. What is your points hitting last 10? Yes. So we don't need to take assists. It needs to be points, right? 1.1, 1.2. Yeah. Okay. JT Miller, 1.5, 2.4 is not going to qualify. Sorry, buddy. Jonathan again, shots on goal, 4 and 4.8. Yes. Now the question is, do we take his points or do we take his shots on goal? And he's going up against a 2.56 goalie in Kevin from Vancouver. So I'm going to take off the points. That's too risky anyways. I'd rather take the shots, especially when they're number 2 in the league at 33.2 shots in the last 10 games. Yeah, I'll take my chances with that. Let's look at them in points. Well, no, we already got that. Steven points, 1 and 1. All right, so we ended up with 3 props, all from Nashville, which is a little concerning, but hey, shots and points are different. I will take Jonathan's shots at 2.5. Now, do we want to take his points or his points? Let's zoom out to the last 10 for each one and see what they've been doing. We want consistency, and I mean, you can clear as day, see which one we'd rather take. We'd rather take Roman. It's just clear. So we're going to do that. We're going to go this. March. Esselt over 2.5 shots on goal. It's a very long name to type. Let's see. Can I wrap that text? Yes, I can. Perfect. And then we're going to take Josie over just a point. Just get you a point, buddy. Assist, goal, I don't care. Just do something. And then take those 2 props. If you're looking at a side or total, I would lean Nashville. They are 142 on the money line. That's something you could take because you need offense to score. You can't, yeah. I will always back a good offense over a good defense because that's just what I would do in the NHL or any sport really. So, because if you can't score lately in the last 10 games, so you haven't, and you're going up against a above average goalie, you're going to struggle probably. So this game could hit the over. I lean Nashville, but I'm going to take those 2 props next. Our last game is going to be Pittsburgh and Utah. We can see Utah's 140 at home. 5.5 is our total. Let's bounce over here and see. We got a 3-2-1 goalie and a 3-3-4. Now, for all the goalies, remember, they could change any minute. It's like pitchers in baseball. You think you know who's going to start, and all of a sudden, whack, somebody else comes in. Like, oh, whoa. So we are expecting these 2 goalies to go out there. So we don't know. Even if it's confirmed, we see confirms on here sometimes, and they still change last minute because that's what they do. So we're expecting these 2 goalies here. So we assume they're going. And then we have 2 bottom 10 offenses, which is not what you want to see. So you have below average goalies. That's what they are. They're both below average. You have below average bad offenses, bad defense. Ugh, I don't like 3-7, 4-6 for a reason. You see why the records are where they are because they're just not that good. I mean, that's even with these offenses, I'm still tempted to lean over against these goalies because if they're giving up 3.2 and 3.3 goals a game, I mean that alone is over 6.5, and the total 5.5. Tempted, so tempted. But let's look at props, see if we have anything else because props have been doing quite well for us this season, really the whole season. And let's open them all up, see if we got, because I expect some points to be scored, but I don't know how many. Rust, half a point. It's an EV play, which we like to see. What do we got? 1 and 1. Okay, so you qualify barely. You half a point, 0.9. Nope, go away. Clayton Keller, you're always good, right? Yeah, I knew Clayton. Clayton gets a lot of points. And Nick, 1 and 1. Okay, so we have Rust, Nick, and Clayton. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm taking Clayton for 100%. So I'm gonna take Nick off. So that means I'm gonna take Brian instead of, so that's cool. I get 1 from each team. I am okay with that. So Killer over 0.5 points. That is points, right? Not assists. Make sure. No, it's assists. See, this is why we check our work. Keller to get assists and Rust to get the points over. Man, I took Rust a bunch early in the season, but it's been a minute since I take his points. So Rust to get a point. It is an EV play, which we'd like to see. He qualifies there. Clayton's been just crushing it. He on the assist, so good there. So those are 2 plays for that. For the slider total, I would lean the over, but maybe Utah. I don't know. I wouldn't touch the side on this one. I would lean the over if anything. But I got 2 props, so we're good there. So let's go ahead and roll up to the top to the schedule and see what we got for tomorrow. Because we're done. That's quick. 5 quick NHL games. Wasn't that bad, was it? Didn't think so. So this is tomorrow's slate. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 games on the slate. I will be back tomorrow. Drop a like, subscribe. Go to that website right there if you want the plays typed out in a nice little list for you. Or if you want access to these spreadsheets so you can do your own research. Other than that, I just appreciate you being here and giving NHL a chance, because I'm telling you, we've been doing good here. Ask people in the comments, they'll tell you, and they're like, whoa, they never thought they'd ever do NHL, and all of a sudden they're hitting. What are we doing? NBA is hard, apparently, and football's not that bad, but NHL is where it's at, apparently. So appreciate being here. We'll see you tomorrow for some Thursday NHL.